Hi, and welcome to this morning's Google Hangout. I'm Zoe McEwen, and I'm the course consultant with the UK Academy of Wedding and Event Planning. And we run online courses. And this morning, I'm going to chat with Sophie Clark, who is a student who does one of our courses, but she's also in her first year of setting up her own business. Morning, Sophie. Hi.
Morning, hi.
Hi. What brought you to our courses? What was your sort of thought process? Why an online course? How did that work for you?
Well, I've always been a person that likes to be doing a qualification, even whilst I was working. And I was on maternity leave with my little boy, and I needed to be doing something. And I thought I wanted to do something completely different than what I've ever done before. I've always worked in administration. And I thought, well, you don't know if you don't try. And, you know, it's opened up a world of possibilities for me. So that's how I came across you guys, just looking at them.
Yeah. So when did you start the course?
I started in November 2013, the course. And
Which course were you on?
I'm on the Diploma of Wedding and Event Planning, Styling and Design.
Okay, great. So do you fit that in? How do you find that fits in with other things? So do you were on maternity leave, so you weren't working at the time, or?
What I did was my little boy had started going to nursery one day a week, so I had that one dedicated day at the beginning. And then the more I've got into the course and the more I've started setting my business up alongside it, he goes to nursery 3 days a week now. So I have 3 dedicated days to the course and my business, and then I have obviously the weekends as well, which is usually more business work because I'm out and about at wedding and fairs and events and things. So. Yeah, it's just a matter of, fitting it all in and doing it when you've got time.
Yeah, and once you start your own business, it's harder. We've talked about this before, but it's harder to keep the definition between when you work and when you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
in the beginning.
Yeah, I have to literally sit and think, right, I'm doing things on my business that I could do in the next week, so why don't I sit and do my course now? Because, I do want to get that finished, and I do want to be able to say I have completed this course and be able to have, the badge on my website and everything like that. So I need to.
And I think learning those time management skills as you do the course helps as well. Because you're learning for your future business, if initially you'll start working from home, how to manage those skills, how to manage your time with an office at home and a child, and all of those things. I think it's just a slow build into it for you, juggling the course. Once the course has gone, obviously you're going to have a bit more time, which will be good.
It will be.
So you chose the course, you're managing to fit it around other things now, and you've got, you're getting closer, you've got some kind of target, deadline towards the end. So when you initially started the course, did you think you were going to set up your own business?
I don't know. When I started the course, I didn't really think I had a creative bone in my body. I was just trying something new.
Yeah.
And I was probably about a month or 2 in, and I thought, do you know, I can do this? And, probably another month after that, and I thought, right, I'm going to get some work experience and see if I like it. And I did. I worked with another local company with venue dressing, and from there it's just blown. It's just blown up. Yes, I've set up my own business and I love it, and but I wouldn't say it was definitely what I was setting out for at the beginning. I just wanted to do something different. But now, yes, it's taught me the skills and the confidence that I can do this. It's taught me how to use my.
How did you find that first bit of work experience? Did you just literally approach a company and say, can I come and...
I did. I approached a few companies because it can be difficult to get someone who's willing to let you in, basically, and can be very protective. But if you speak to enough companies, you'll find the right person. You'll find that the right person that you'll want to work with in the future as well. And so it was just a matter of contacting the companies, and the one who came back to me, I just went to see them for just one day to see what they do, and then from there I ended up working for them for the summer, every weekend. So it was just supposed to be the one meeting, and it just grew from there. So,
but it is often a way that it grows, and then you can do little bits of part-time jobs, or they're if you've been there for a day with them, then they just think, oh, we can trust that person. We need an extra pair of hands on Saturday because this is a big wedding, a big event.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, give her a call, and you just get a little bit of part-time money, and you just work. But in between that, you're soaking it all up. So that is a good way to do it. I always say like caterers and marquee companies and things like that. They're always looking for part-time staff.
Yes, they are. And I made a real point of, like, anybody else who I came across in the wedding industry, I always introduced who I was, and because to me, in my eyes, networking with other wedding suppliers is really, really, really important. You need to build that relationship from the very beginning, and that's what's working for me. So from the very beginning, I did that. Just make a good
decision. I think another one of our students, Dee, mentioned that a few Google Hangouts ago. There is, if nobody knows about you, if nobody knows you're out there, well, it's no wonder the phone's not ringing. So you've got to just tell as many people as you can.
Yeah.
And as early on, you were good, you were brave, you were confident to get out there before. Some people wait till they've finished the course. I think that's a positive and shows how serious you were about it.
Yeah, I'm always running before I can walk. Just get yourself out there and do the best you can.
Yeah, absolutely, because a lot of it is that, and a lot of other people are doing that too.
Yes.
Who you think, they're very established, they're very confident, they know what they're doing. No, they're doing the same thing as you are, and that's good. That you were able to do that. Is that in your nature? I mean, you said about running before you can walk, but did you feel confident, or did you feel like I've got to do this?
Well, I pushed myself to do that because I've learned a lot through doing the course and getting myself out there, because previously I was a very, very, very shy person, and I would have never gone to events and on my own, and to networking meetings on my own. So I guess my drive to make something of the business has forced me to come out of my shell and do it, and I love it. I love this like new part of me who's like a much more confident person. Most people who met me now wouldn't even realise.
No, and I think that's probably a lot of people's story. If you actually give it a go and just try and just see, you might have to push yourself over a little bit of a learning curve, or something where you're just not quite comfortable. But that's what you've got to do if you're going to move things on and change, isn't it? We can't just stay in our comfort zone all the time. So that's really interesting to hear that's how you did it. So where are you now? What's going on now for you?
Well, right now I'm concentrating on a styled shoot that I've got coming up next week. It's all sort of top secret, so I can't go into too much detail.
No, that's fine.
But it should be fabulous, fingers crossed. And then I've got my first wedding coming up at the end of March, which I'm really looking forward to, and then plenty more following this year so far, and bookings coming in as well. So, and obviously the course, finish the course off.
Yeah. No, finishing the course is a good start. So, are you a planner or are you a designer?
I'm both. I'm a wedding planner and a wedding stylist. So the majority of my work at the moment, because I'm going to wedding fairs, is starting off as being their stylist and coming up with ideas for them that run through their whole wedding. And then usually I end up working with them on a planner level as well, but just as much as they need, rather than from beginning to end at the moment. But my aim, once people know who I am and are more receptive to a planner, is to be more of a planner that obviously you do the styling within planning as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think, it evolves, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You learn the things you like and the things you don't like, and one thing might draw in the other.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, that's sensible to do that. So what do you think you've learnt most on this journey? If you had like some advice you would give, or a student or somebody starting out or contemplating, should I do this? Is it the right thing?
Yeah. Well, what I've learnt most is to just trust yourself and trust your ideas, whether that's with your course or setting up your own business, because there were a lot of times with the course that I'd come up with an idea for an assignment and I'd put it all together, and then I'd be so nervous about handing it in, and then I'd get my mark back and it would be an A. And it's just just learning to trust yourself and trust your your sort of instincts as a planner or a stylist, and then carrying that through to your business as well if you're going into business.
Yeah, and I think that for us as a tutor, we don't give away the A's lightly. the marks do reflect what you've done, and you get that feedback and you feel positive about it. And if you can just, keep that momentum going, then it works at its best. And use your tutor, get the most information you can out of them, email them, contact them, ask more questions. That's what they're there for. We want you to succeed. We want you to feel great about the course, about your future. So it's in everybody's interest, really, for us to make it the best that we can for you, and to encourage you sort of out of yourself a little bit sometimes. Have you thought of this? What about that? Could you try that? And I think a lot of what's people learn through the course is not necessarily the assignments or the projects. It's that stuff that's just inherent, just goes through, just that teasing of, could you add a bit more style, a bit more you, a bit more presentation, a bit more personality, and just getting you to think in a slightly different way about yourself being the thing that you're selling. Because it is really, isn't it? To begin with, it's just you're selling. I mean, you might have some designs and things like that, but when they look at your website, it's you that they're selling. So you've got a website now. What's your business name?
My business name is SC Event Styling.
Okay.
The new website is under sort of construction at the moment, but you can find Facebook mainly at the moment.
Okay, no, that's great. You have to start somewhere. So you're doing the whole social media thing. How does that work for you?
I find Facebook's really good at getting my name out there with potential couples and clients. I'm finding Twitter is amazing on a business-to-business level. I got in touch with a lady who's providing the most amazing tutu dress for my style shoot, and now she's down in Reading and I'm in the northeast, and we've met there, and it's going to be amazing. And so it's
so good. How did you style shoots are interesting. So how did you learn and decide that you were going to do style shoot? What is the focus of that for you?
Well, I'd had a message from Dee McMeekin, and she said that she has an online magazine, My Wedding Mentor, and she wanted to know if I would submit something that was relevant to an issue that she's got coming out. And I came up with a concept, and I said, well, how about if I get a styled shoot done of this concept that I'd had niggling in my mind for ages, and it was just the perfect excuse to just get out there. I linked up with a photographer who was really, really good at pushing me and getting me out there in that way, and really fantastic contacts have come from them. And that's come. Say again?
You found a venue. Did you contact a venue?
Oh yes, we've got a local one of the best venues locally. Wynyard Hall are very nicely letting us use there. We've got pretty much the whole venue booked out for the day, so it's
great, because everybody benefits. Everybody gets to meet everybody else, all those different suppliers, and you all benefit through the photos that you have at the end and the publicity that you get from that. So they're a really good thing to try. They really are. And basically, the only thing stopping you is just going for it, isn't it?
It's hard. I've literally just rang people I've never met before and said, I've seen your work. It's amazing. Is there anything you want to provide for the shoot? And and it's as well as you get your images for your website, and things like that, your portfolio. You meet other wedding suppliers who are like-minded, because they're willing to get involved and push themselves and be a bit more creative. This style shoot is more of an editorial type, high fashion style shoot. So it's not your average bridal style shoot.
And the other thing is, then you can send that out to all the wedding magazines. I mean, it just grows and grows. So whilst it's sort of it is a lot of work, making those phone calls, bringing everybody together. That's our job. Planning and organising is what we do. So if you don't like that, then that's not going to work anyway. But it's a little bit scary. Will it all come together? But you're in it together with a team of people, so that's really lovely. You're sharing it. And that, hopefully that feeling at the end of achievement is going to be brilliant. And then you just go for it on the publicity. So start thinking. You've got a plan. I'm sure you have, Sophie, but your plan for where and how this is going to, just get blasted out there and really make a name for you.
Yes, absolutely. I've got the most fantastic dress designer on board as well. So she's...
All right, well, I'm excited already to see it. So
Well,
Uh, keep us posted, obviously, about that. So any tips finally for some of our students or anybody starting, what would you say is the one thing, just this is it?
Um, it's a little bit different to what most people said to me when I started. My one tip would be is that at the very beginning, it's almost more important to get yourself out there with other suppliers than it is potential couples, because I think that it's the recommendation and the word of mouth from other wedding suppliers that's going to launch you at that very beginning. Because when you first meet with couples or anybody else, you've not got that portfolio, you've not got those pictures, you've only got yourself, which sometimes can be good enough to get work. It has worked for me, but these connections are what is driving me and is pushing my business forward at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if somebody else that they trust or they've worked with suggests and says, "Oh, have you thought about," it's always better if somebody just speaks to you and says it rather than picking up a card or don't really know who is she, what is she.
I mean, like, I meet with people who I've just contacted on the internet, just for a coffee and just to get to know them and them get to know me. I'm in their mind then. The amount of people that said to me, they always get people asking, do you know a wedding planner? And they don't know anyone. So now they know me. That's the way I think.
And I think, absolutely right. And I did a lot of that. And I also felt that from everybody I saw, I learned something.
Yes.
Even if I didn't make a connection and there were never anything directly came back via them immediately, I always learned something. I always went back thinking, oh, they mentioned I'm going to get on, I'm going to look at that, that's a good thing, something like that. And sometimes it just comes back a little bit longer, a year later, and then you're at a wedding and you see them and, oh, okay, and then suddenly they think, yeah, oh, I remember that person is still around, they are still working, they are, and it just all starts to sink in. It's just all those building blocks together, isn't it? And I'm so pleased for you. It's worked.
It is working.
So before we finish, any questions for me? I have my own wedding planning business, I've been there, and obviously I tutor and work for the academy. But if it's just your chance. If there's any questions, anything you're still considering or thinking about.
I do. Do you know? I always worry about, because I've got work for this year and I've got a couple of weddings booked for next year, but like I still worry that, is it just because I'm new and fresh and people know of me, and then next year is it all going to tail off? Do you
yes and no is the answer. So yes, you've got to keep fresh, you've got to keep new, you've got to keep out there, you've got to keep moving with the times, and that will be really important and really crucial. So you can't reinvent yourself, but you need to just keep up to date, and that's something we're really conscious of on the course. Current trends, you've got to be up on it all the time, which means, again, keeping with your suppliers, seeing what's going out there, not getting stuck in a rut of, this is the type of wedding I do and I don't do anything else. That will be dangerous.
Yes.
We all have our slight niche or a slight thing we like, or prefer, or we present ourselves on our website in a certain way, but I still think you need to be open. The other thing that I would say is not to restrict your suppliers. So there's a danger that you start to get comfortable with the people that you work with, and you work with them a lot and you use them a lot.
Yeah.
And that's great, but just be mindful of just keeping it open as well, just opening it to other people. Otherwise, you do get a similarity in things, because obviously a florist has a particular style, and you have, so it just mix it up again over the time. And the other thing, obviously, once you're established, is you're going to get more word of mouth. You're going to get more word of mouth from the brides who use you. It's not a business where we get a lot of repeat business, unfortunately. So you have to look for other angles on that. And I've had families that I've done both daughters' weddings.
Oh, wow.
And they came quite quickly. So, I've done one and then another one after that. So there is some form of repeat business. And then I've had others where I've worked on the wedding, because that's mainly what I do. I'm a wedding planner. But they've said, we're throwing a party and we just need X, Y, Z. Could you just source that for us? or can you just be there on the day because we just want someone we can trust just to make sure that everything's and so I've had add-ons from people that I've known, but I think you know, so keep in people's, so send an anniversary card for their first anniversary after the, you know, just keep yourself there maybe, and just saying, you know, if you do, I don't know, maybe you do baby showers as part of your design stuff, so just, you know, keep it there, put it back out there. Don't forget those clients that were, they were a year ago, but they're still around, and they'll have friends who are getting married, and they're, you know, your card just might arrive at the right time, and it's not a sales pitch, it's just a nice thing to do. So those little ideas like that.
Yeah, I did that at Christmas. I sent them all a Christmas card, and the response was really nice. You know,
it's lovely. It's in your choice of card, you're showing a little bit more about yourself and your style and your personality. You're also showing you're someone who cares, someone who's organised, and someone who's looking out for their business, which is no bad thing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, well, you are a busy lady, lots going on. So I'm excited to see it all grow. Let us know when the website's live, and I hope we'll be just seeing that style shoot everywhere.
Oh, I hope so too. Fingers crossed.
Oh, fantastic. So thanks very much for talking to us, Sophie.
Okay then, thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.